Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you what we do to make our pumpkins look not so scary and a little bit more autumnal, and they last all the way through until I redecorate my front for Christmas. So they last around about 2 months. I will show you a solution that I put inside as well to make them last that little bit longer. They also is a lot friendlier for animals that might eat it. However, we're spraying ours this year, so they're not going to be animal friendly at all. Basically, what I would do is use these as centerpieces for my table, or I put one on my windowsill last year. I then hollow it out and add some oasis with some water and put fresh flowers in and have it as a nice display, and it looks amazing. They last around about 2 weeks for the flowers. I just chuck the flowers out and replace them. However, this year we decided that we were going to put them at our front door as plant pots and do a nice little feature of a wreath and maybe some leaves and things outside the front, just to make it a little bit more autumnal. Just because I feel like this year I'm craving just things to last that little bit longer, like the festivities and things. So we thought, why not get it out and just make it look nice. So I'll show you what we have got. So I picked up these 3 chrysanthemum packs. Now I picked up as autumnal coloured as I could. So we got like a burnt orangey red, an orangey yellow, and then white. The purple I loved, but they were all falling off. The heads were falling off, and these were £1.29 each at our Home Bargains. The pumpkin was £2 from Morrison's, and then some white high gloss spray paint from the pound shop. Now I just use the car spray paint because it doesn't chip and it's actually really good, and it's £1, so you can't really go wrong. Last year we bought the extra large pumpkin, which was £2.99 from Aldi, and then we bought the large chrysanthemum plant pot, which was £3.99, and it was beautiful and it lasted a really long time. I've since repotted that into my garden. However, we couldn't get the extra large this year, and the ones that were there were kind of flat and out of shape, so we had to go with large. Hence that's why I picked the smaller plant pots, in case I have to split them in between the 2 pumpkins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hollow this out, and I'm going to keep the inside because we're going to have pumpkin and potato soup. I will show you a solution to make the inside last longer and stop it from rotting and dying. Then I will spray paint it white to make it look lovely. Add the flowers, and then you can basically see what the finished product looks like and how nice you can make a pumpkin at the front of your house last for the whole month and a half. So let's do this, and then we'll come back at the end with the end product. I cannot bear hollowing out pumpkins. It drives me nuts. It's so messy, but you've got to. Okay, so now it's obviously empty and all the pumpkin on the outside. I've kept quite a thick layer just because we're not obviously carving it, we're using it as a plant pot. So it is obviously now, once you've cut into a pumpkin, it is going to start to rot. So in order to stop it from rotting, people say about doing bleach bath and leaving it 24 hours with bleach inside it and all the open edges, like the fleshy edges, to stop it from dying. However, I'm not going to use bleach just because I think that's a little bit harsh. You can use Vaseline. Again, if you're using these as just spooky pumpkins, animals are going to be able to get to them if you're not spray painting it. So therefore, all that kind of stuff is harmful to them. So just please bear that in mind if you are putting it out like it is. However, we're going to be spray painting it, so we're not going to have to worry about the fact that an animal may eat it. So I am going to use vegetable oil, and I'm going to oil the inside. Now you can use Vaseline as well, and WD-40. I've also heard that hairspray is supposed to be good. However, I've not tried it, so I'm really not sure about hairspray. I've always used vegetable oil, and it's always lasted around about a month to a month and a half.
So I always give a generous amount of oil to the pumpkin. This is just to make sure that there's a nice even layer and enough to do right up to the edges and beyond. The reason I'm going to do right up to the edges and then just past is because after a week you may find that your pumpkin will start to collapse from the outside in because the top has been exposed to obviously your rain and watering of your plants, and it'll start rotting. However, with the oil, this makes it kind of waterproof. I will leave this outside for around about 10 minutes and then I'll wash the outside to make sure that I've got all the oil off ready to spray paint, as the paint may slide if you leave any oil on the outside. Now, using the £1 car spray paint from the pound shop, I got this in white gloss. You don't need to use anything else because it's very durable, because it's meant for cars. So you won't need to use a varnish. Now I'm going to do a first coat and then leave it for 20 minutes. So I've just given it its first coat and I'm going to leave it for about 20 minutes and then I will give it a second coat just to make sure that all the orange is gone. I've also done the edges, just to preserve it, and secondly just because it just looks a bit nicer rather than having the orange edges.
As you can see, I've painted it all white. It took 15 minutes for the first coat. I then left it and done another coat and it took another 15 minutes. I also added some messy holes at the bottom just for drainage, and then added a little bit of gravel inside just to raise the plants, and again just for a bit of drainage and give it a little bit of weight, even though it is quite heavy anyway. I'm guessing you can do any colour, any spray paint. I just like the white, it was just quite nice and it fits in with my decor out the front. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I would have added some soil but I forgot to buy some extra topsoil, so I will do that tomorrow. However, for the sake of this video, I'm going to add the flowers to show you what they look like, and then I will just topsoil it tomorrow. So as you can see, I could probably have got away with the bigger chrysanthemum from Aldi for £3.99 because the pumpkin actually holds out really well. So I think I'm going to replace that. However, as it sits just now, I really like it. And I will put these smaller ones into the smaller pumpkins that I'm going to spray tomorrow. But this is how it looks. It looks lovely. I really like it. I like the white. I'm going to keep it nice and plain and then stick it out the front of my house.
So thank you for watching my pumpkin craft. Hopefully on Wednesday I will bring you a new in store of the Christmas department at Home Bargains. So if you liked this video, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and have a great week.